Hi, my name's Ansel. I'm a senior in mechanical engineering here at Harvard School of Engineering and Applied Sciences, and I'm a member of CS50's team. So 3D printing is a rapid prototyping method that allows us to design a part in a CAD modeling program and then print it out painlessly and very rapidly. There are a few different 3D printing methods that we often use, stereolithography being one of them and FDM being another one. FDM stands for Fused Deposition Modeling, which is just a fancy way of saying that the printer extrudes some molten material, often plastic, onto a plate in layers. So when we design a part like a cube, for example, the printer will just print it layer by layer until it's completed the structure. Oftentimes, we'll design the part to be solid, but printing a solid part is both time and material inefficient. So there's some algorithm within the 3D printer that creates a honeycomb internally that maintains the part's rigidity, but doesn't use a ton of time and a ton of material. Here's one of the cameras that we use at CS50, and you'll notice that there's this massive lens attached to the end of it. If we just let this lens be supported only at the attachment point to the camera, it's a big cantilever, and it puts a lot of stress on this joint. So what we'll often do is use a support like this. So this support, as you can tell, has two holes in it, and it's designed to slide onto these rails, and there's a support slider, I guess, that just pops up and attaches to the bottom of this camera. Because this camera is a little bit taller than what we're used to, this support is too short and it won't actually meet the lens. So if I were to slide it onto the rails, there's a big gap between the top of the support and the bottom of the lens. So this is a perfect opportunity for something like a 3D printed part to mate the lens and the support. We can design it pretty easily, take a couple measurements from the camera, and then print out a part that will adapt our support to our lens. So here's a modified support piece that I printed, and I had just simply designed this black support structure that has these crosses in it to screw onto our support that came with the camera and then mate with the lens with this curved structure at the top here. So we can slide this on and then move this piece up and down until it supports the lens completely. It's a pretty simple solution to a pretty simple problem, and we were able to make it very rapidly. This part took under an hour to print, and it took maybe 10 minutes to CAD up. So pretty easy solution. If this part were machined out of maybe aluminum or steel, it would have taken several hours of kind of tedious machining for a part that would end up being ultimately overbuilt and kind of overkill for the problem. So here's a great example of how 3D printing works.